Okay.
We back.
We
back. Part 2. Part 2. How to lose your he, she, they, them, those, it's, your partner, your boo thing,
significant other,
your bae, your stink, your problem, your headache.
Come on, Pookie.
Your butt. Anything else?
Your butt.
Yo, I ain't heard that name in a minute, bro.
Stink-a-link.
Stank is a good one. I love Stank. Not well.
you don't have.
I
to
like Stank too.
Yeah, we know.
I appreciate
Yo,
that.
Quill, listen, IG is the feds, bro. I like something and Quill called me immediately out in the comments, bro. Like, yo, this what we doing?
Bro, I said the same thing about Quill. I said, because I forget what the hell the video was, but it was like, it was something, and then Quill Illuminati, like 100 crying emoji.
Oh, I remember what it was. I'll give the audience context.
Please do.
It was like the guy was at the wedding and he's like dancing,
yeah.
and he's like, and the caption was like, "Oh, when you're at your friend's funeral and he's cheated on at your friend's wedding and he's cheated on her like how many times?"
No, it's like when you're at your friend's wedding and she hates you because she thinks y'all the friends that's always cheating or some shit. But she married the biggest cheater.
The worst
She married the worst one. Yeah. And like, Quill must have put, no lie, 16 crying people. And then we were in the chat like, yo, why are you laughing so hard?
Been there, done that.
Quill has been to that wedding.
That man exhausted all of his laughing emojis for the rest of that week after that, just that one post.
That's what, his crying emoji went from the 6th most recent to the top.
Way too familiar.
But just off the strength of that post, man, dang, bro, that need an air horn, bro, because it really be like that sometimes. Like,
it's like his girl don't like us because she think we cheat. You marrying the worst one.
We be the ones trying to keep him in the house.
You feel me?
We told him to stop. Now he lied to us.
I'm always in situations like that.
Now
like,
he lied to us.
Yeah, better decision.
Where I'm saying like their boyfriends, because I'm so like outspoken and shit like that. Their boyfriends always think it be me, but no, you got the hoe. Like,
damn.
I'm trying to keep her in the house.
She hate you.
To circle it back to how we got here, liking stuff on Instagram is a way to lose your the wrong likes, bro. It could be. What if it was a like? You know, Instagram be showing you posts that was from like 2 years ago.
Word.
Yeah, but you know what?
Liked by your man.
The liked by your man is insane, because I remember my friend was like complaining about like some guy, and she's like, so-and-so doesn't pay enough attention to me. He's like always liking these girls' pictures. This is like somebody whose pictures he's been liking, blah, blah, blah. I go to Shorty's page. It's my guy at the time that was liking all this random girls' pictures. I'm like, how did the topic start with you?
It ended up about me.
But wait,
the algorithms be
embarrassing.
Can I segue this shit though? So literally, we're about to have a discussion about how to lose your relationship, whatever, and we're gonna basically discuss widely accepted behaviors that actually tarnish relationships, right? Mm-hmm. So with you mentioning that instantly makes me think about how like people say like, oh, social media is for being social. Like if it's an insecurity if you tell somebody don't be a certain way on social media or whatever the situation may be. But I'm not gonna lie, like, bro, you gotta be in every like though. Like every big booty
you gotta
picture,
spread the likes out, bro.
One.
You can't just first of all, off the strength of my own personal ego, I can't like every single picture. If I notice I like too many pictures, I might actually go back and unlike some photos that I liked in the past.
My thing is this: is it not a universal sign that a couple likes mean what's up?
A couple likes in a row. Like if you just follow Shorty and like you big, like that.
No.
You might just post at a frequency that's like, oh snap, I ain't seen you post in a while. It's fire, and I just look back and realize, I don't like every single post.
So let me explain something to y'all, right? And this is me being a crazy hoe now, right? Now, Maura, you've worked in PR, right?
Yes.
I dabbled in PR a little bit and in marketing. Now, so number one, if you like my picture every single time I post, that tells me two things. One, you're on my page often, because I'm at the top of your algorithm. Or you're connecting with me in some type of way more than a little bit because I'm at the top of your algorithm.
Why does it have to be he's connecting with you? Why can't y'all both be connecting with each other? Maybe you are also liking his stories or you're on his stories.
Of relevance because that doesn't pertain. Even
overruled. I'm the judge in this bitch.
I agree with you, but that is another objection of relevance.
No, I'm saying
it's
always Woah Chill Court
you watch the most. Is usually to the front of your storyline.
Yeah.
And whoever, either y'all talk a lot, y'all interact a lot, y'all like each other's pictures, whatever, they're at the top of your algorithm. So that's number one. Okay? Number two, if you like, it's one thing, and don't get me wrong, you could just like everything that a person posts, I guess. But like, if we don't actually know each other, like we're friends or we got some type of something going on, whatever, if you like every single one last of my picture, right? Or if I'm viewing this as a girlfriend whose man is in every single like, right? You like something about her at this point. Every single picture, not just going on.
Y'all take it way too
That's
deep,
the main thing I was about to get
I was going to say on the other side.
I might just like her picture.
Those likes are there forever. Once you like it doesn't...
Likes is for everybody.
Likes are for everybody, and I never want to be scrutinized for my likes. Like, if someone went through my likes and like, there's this many blue checks, and... Do you know this person? And this person is 100. I don't know these people. They just like the picture. You know what I mean?
Some people are more active. Some people are more active than others.
Anybody can buy a blue check at this point.
But I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of shit that I view on social media more than anything. So there's a lot of things that I scroll past or whatever, even if I like it. You ever looked at something like, oh, that's cool, and kept scrolling? Yeah. But like, if I really like it, then I punch the heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, damn, it's
there's attention attached to some hearts. But what I'm saying is like,
I feel like it depends who it is too.
Like, when it comes down to it, it's situational.
I don't have time for that. I'm not going to scrutinize any of my partner's likes because I don't have time for it. I don't want to.
If it's a model, bro. If it's a model that I have no access to. There's no way, bro. Like, I'm one of like 80,000 likes. I don't think I should be scrutinized for that.
Word. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do I think that you should be liking certain stuff if you're in a relationship? No.
So that's what I was about to say. Is it not situational? Is some things not deemed just inappropriate?
Yeah, some things are absolutely inappropriate.
But
if I'm not in a relationship, don't judge me because...
Right. But I'll throw you a bone in that aspect because I've noticed that as I got older, like I used to just be scrolling down, like...
And do anything.
Yeah, I used to just be scrolling down my page like, all right, what's up? Click, like now I've lost reels that I've actually... busted a gut at, like laughing my ass off, for didn't even like it.
I had no idea where that was going.
Suffice to,
I was so afraid.
Suffice to say,
if he changed that G to a different letter in the alphabet, we'd be having a different conversation.
We know. That's why I stopped when I said it for a second. Go ahead. Whatever.
Stop on my joke like that, bitch.
Suffice to say, I don't be liking everything that come across my timeline no more. Even if I think you.
I don't want to allow certain shit to pop up on my timeline anymore either.
Like, that's a next level.
You can somewhat control your algorithm, and I did at one point, but then also I just like going to my explore page and just seeing. You know,
the thing about the internet in this day and age is that the internet is a snitch.
Oh
yeah. You gonna put it that way. Like if I go in my man's phone and I look at go through his social media, right? One, if I look on the explore page, it lets me know what you're looking at majority of the time, which I don't care, whatever. But like, I'll know what you're looking at or what you're interacting with majority of the time because that's what will fill your explore page, number one. The people at the front of your storyline, I'll know that's whose stories you watch the most. So on and so forth. Like, you get what I'm saying? If I wanted to really be a detective, in most cases it's not that serious, but if I was looking for something specific, that'll help. As
soon as she said the explore page, I was just thinking like, where you open the explore page, big booty Latina.
Fat ass. If you go to my store, you can see fat asses, football, basketball, and cooking.
You go to my store, you
see some dogs,
and I ain't gonna lie,
sea otters sprinkled in there.
Intuition is never wrong. I don't care. Even if you off a little bit. How does this
have to come into your intuition again?
I'm saying it's never off.
I'm big on intuition.
And the reason why I say that is because, alright, outside of the fact,
this is when insecurity comes into play, and this is another reason a way that you can lose your person.
Yeah, that's why I
project when y'all start projecting insecurities based off of somebody's explore page or something like that, or somebody. Yo, if that's what he like on his own, let that be what he like on his own, bro. He still might like you, but he might like something else like that. Whatever. All right, cool. He got his vice. Let him do his little thing on the side, bro. Like,
you just can't surveil too much. That's why, when it comes to likes, like, I wouldn't fault you or anybody that liked the picture that had 80,000 likes. Everybody likes that picture, obviously. But I more so get annoyed when someone I'm dating is just liking people in my, like, network. Like, why? Like, if we went, like, let's say if we went to college, right, and I see that you're liking every girl I know's page, that's lame to me. And I've seen guys
and then all the time, and then
all the time,
like happening in real time is crazy.
There's a difference between so and so like out of 80,000 pictures, and then your man and 66 others like this picture. Like,
but
what?
There is one acceptable like part there where if you understand friendships and stuff like that, then that's different. Because there's certain like friends, male or female, I'm gonna like your picture, you feel me? Like, that's different.
That's why I don't police it. Because, like, there's so many reasons why people could like a picture, so it's just, like, I don't even get into the semantics and the details of it all.
Yeah, that, honestly, what you said, Maury, about policing it, I feel like that literally just goes hand in hand with the fact, like, if you go looking for something, you're going to find it. No matter what it is, you're going to find something. You can find something to upset you. I learned that the hard way.
So let's move this off of social media topics. Because a relationship is much deeper than just social media. What are some widely accepted common things that you might do in the house that might actually ruin your relationship? I'm talking anything along the lines of the way hygiene in the house, the way somebody eats, the way somebody chews, literally the way somebody chews can completely ruin a relationship.
That one tickled Moriel, you see.
On things, my main point.
I've had somebody that wouldn't eat in front of me.
That's just,
it's weird.
The main point that I had on how to lose your partner is just communication kind of thing, and you just named a lot of things and you summarized it with like big things that'll contribute to losing it. And I feel like communication is one of the biggest things that'll contribute to losing your partner, because although they chew like that or whatever, you could, if you let them know whatever, and that it was a problem, they might not even know they did that in the first place,
right.
Like, and then y'all both lost something over something that you could have went one way, and then it could have went on a completely different tangent for the both of you, kind of thing.
I agree with you, Quill, because sometimes when communication's not right, it's not about what was said that can make things fall apart. It's what things weren't said.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, there was supposed to be a bunch of conversations or things that went deeper than it should have, and those things never took place. So a lot of things were never confronted. A lot of things were never discussed. And it's like, once people feel like they shouldn't be talking about something, they don't, it's almost not worth talking about.
Yeah.
See,
like, if they wanted to talk about it, they would.
Exactly.
Those things that go unsaid are dangerous because really, if you don't, there's some things that you can just let slide under the bridge. And that's what my mom always said. She was like, find out your non-negotiables. That's the number one thing. Like, F all the BS, the honeymoon phase, all that stuff, like, because that's when you start hiding. Be like, okay, I can deal with this. Like, no, find out what you really can't deal with. And as soon as you see it, talk about it, nip it in the bud, or move on.
Yeah.
Because a lot of, my bad, let me just,
You good.
it's, because a lot of that stuff is like, you ignore it, whatever. If it's like, it's like, okay, I think I can deal with it. And then that one thing that you haven't talked about turns into resentment, and it bleeds into other things. It's like, oh, this dude chew kind of loud, this, that, and the third. Oh, why he brushing his hair like that? Or why he do X, Y, Z? Why he do the mouthwash first and then brush his teeth? Like whatever.
Yeah, Kai, that is so true about non-negotiables. Like, literally, people don't, like, I learned that very, like, recently. Like, just, like, in my adult years, like, I want to say coming out of my last relationship and dating since, like, bro, literally, if you literally got to start with your non-negotiables, it's easy to find things that you have in common with a person, or, like, ways where you guys may communicate well or whatever situation may be, but, like, what do you not with? Like, what is the things that, like, bro, if this takes place, I know for a fact I can't be with you.
Exactly.
Because of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's important to put out there early, because you could save yourself a lot of time that way.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that's not the first thing you lead with on the first date, because you want to figure out the vibe first. Because if you
everything's trial and error. That was like my part two kind of thing.
Explaining what you don't want to put up with in a relationship is kind of forward.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because, like,
That's how to lose your partner.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Because, I mean, think about it like this. Because think about it like this.
Like,
Y'all can vibe in a certain aspect.
I don't even think you need to talk about it. I think you just need to know it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll put an asterisk on that because the thing is, like, I just say that to say you don't want to lead with that because immediately it sounds like this date is just a checklist. I feel like you want to feel out the vibe first because, I mean, if there's no vibe there, there's no point in saying, like, yo, if you scrape the fork across your teeth, I'm not going to be able to fuck with you. Like, that, like it's literally like that.
I had somebody recently ask me if I drank water.
That's important.
That's valid.
Just making sure.
But I was so shocked. I was like, yes. She was like, nah. Like, she was like, no. She was like, nah, niggas don't be drinking water. I'm like,
as Mario pulls out the big ass thing of water. Listen, water is important. But that's what I'm saying. You need another one?
yeah, I do, because I already drank this one. Because I be drinking water.
But
Exactly, though. That's the thing. It's like you feel it out, and then once you figure it out, like, okay, there's a vibe here. We vibe in certain aspects. Let's see where my non-negotiables lie.
So I have a question.
just
Throw it high. Shout out to Ja. We got Ja in the building.
baby fuck.
Heavy hitter in the building. We see you, though.
We got a lot to talk about.
Oh, man.
We got a lot to talk about.
We could.
My question then is
up?
like, how does one lose you? Do you know how there's like?
Do we know our non-negotiables?
I know some of mine. Like
Whenever you're ready, bro.
hygiene is definitely up
Oh, yeah.
there.
Well,
Marcellis.
There's some
That's
common ones.
obvious.
Yeah,
That
there's
gotta
common
be.
ones.
It
There's common
should
ones.
be obvious.
Yeah.
Nothing is obvious, and everything you gotta say everything.
Oh, you're not coming
You might as well come on in, bro. Come on in. Come on in.
Yeah, your
My
mic
blood
right
This is
there.
your part. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our host.
God, this might turn it on.
We have
just turn on your mic.
Marcellis, Mr. Apiary in the sky in the building.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Apiary in the sky in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have our gracious host. Thank you very much for allowing us to use your space, your beautiful space here.
Thank y'all for blessing the space.
Hey, man, appreciate it, bro. It's great, bro. You can smoke weed in here.
That's why I'm here.
It's always a struggle.
But I think, Boreal, you had a great point. Whatever y'all and Beaker was just bantering about is like, don't just say it with your chest. You know what I mean? Like I guess I'll just start out with this. A big non-negotiable for me is don't assume that I know something or I will recognize something. Especially if you've seen a pattern of me not recognizing something, because I grew up a certain way.
I'm gonna play, Kai.
Hold on, let me get it out. I grew up a certain way. You grew up a certain way. Like there might be certain things that you. I grew up to notice certain shit. We might not notice the same thing. Like I might not know that about you. If you got your head down, you ready to leave. Because I've had friends that sit in the corner with shades
Really,
on.
Kai? You
Kai,
didn't
shut
notice?
the hell up.
How could you not notice, Kai? How could you not?
Shut the hell up, Kai. Thank you.
Nah, that's really what it be though. He cooking right now, man.
Kai, so let me ask you a question, right?
I
At
feel like
that
you're
point,
always on trial.
You exactly, and like, cause again, how am I supposed to know that you sitting there chilling? Like, I got plenty of friends who be sitting on the couch, still as hell, sunglasses on at 10:30 at night, having the time of their life, just chilling. He not ready to go. He enjoying the vibe.
so Kai, can I ask you this? At what point in the relationship are you talking about? What you're saying is only acceptable at the point where, like, maybe you're getting to know the person. You know how some people you're just getting to know them and they expect you to know everything?
No,
that's one
that's
thing.
40,
but in a relationship,
40 years down the line. When
if you don't know me in 40 years,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to still, because here's the thing,
yes,
you're
yes,
going,
yes.
you're going
You're
to
still
evolve.
experience new
And there's
things
gonna be,
every
and there's
day.
also,
Yeah.
there's I'm not you, and that's something that I definitely think. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. People who lack a Y chromosome do not understand, bro. Y'all have to tell us how. We don't pick up on certain things. Our brains
that
are
for
tuned
y'all.
different, and only when y'all accept, not know, because y'all know already. When y'all accept that our brains are different, that's when we'll be able to get somewhere, because you'll be able to understand, yo, he's not going to see this my way. He's not going to think about this my way. He's not even going to see the same signs. We don't even see color the same. The way this room looks to us look completely different to you right now.
You know what? You know what's crazy? And I mean, speaking for myself, I don't want to speak for all women, but more, you can let me know if it's true. It's a little hurtful. Like the imbalance between like the man and the woman, it's a little bit heavy, because like those are things that you guys, I'm saying like those are things that you guys expect us to have off the rip, or we just don't get your attention. We don't get you. But then with y'all, it's like just slow ass moving bus, and we just have to wait for y'all to like come to knowledge with every stage. That's just crazy.
Yeah, like
who said that?
I mean, I understand.
Like, okay, so I'm saying, like,
right,
you saying, for example, you just use an example saying, like, oh, I'm sitting here with my head down a little bit, and I expect you to know that I'm sad. Why, as your woman, why do you not know, like, things
because
like...
I'm busy watching whatever I'm watching, and I'm having the time of my life right now.
But I'm saying, as a woman,
while you're just sitting here looking down.
But I'm saying though, as a people have patterns. Right. So like as a woman, I know when my man's head is down. I know like, dang, maybe he's not feeling himself today. I know when he does this, maybe he's hungry. But I'm paying attention to my relationship and to my person. Okay. So for y'all to say that to do the same back is such this big.
It's missing a little bit of context.
They expect women to be thoughtful. And they
expect women to be thoughtful.
But you know what's crazy, Amari? The moment we get on the shit that they saying right now, they off to the next bit.
I'm about to say, man, how I feel. Like I'm in the sandwich. Like I don't want to say the wrong thing.
And he's self-policing right there, because you want to talk about a slow-moving bus. We don't want to say the wrong thing, because now what if we assume the wrong thing?
And the craziest thing is, meanwhile, we may notice that they're doing that, whatever's happening was happening to them. But also, the way that y'all react, if we ask you what's wrong, might set you off even more. So now we might just let you be and let you rock. So we may actually be actively trying to resolve the situation in a different way, but you don't see it that way, and we don't get no credit for that. All we get is you was wrong.
Because it didn't exist.
Credit.
You don't need credit, but...
One of us!
You don't need credit, but...
It don't matter. You still have a Y chromosome.
but you know what?
But what he's saying,
he's
not really talking about credit. He's more talking about acknowledgement of the fact that it happened in the first place. Right. Like, it's not necessarily credit. Like,
and like, I understand that you got to learn how to operate.
Nah, it's credit, bro. Because when that type of shit happens, they go off and be like, you don't care, you don't this, you don't that. Meanwhile, I was making an effort. It just wasn't in the way that you needed it to be. So if you tell me the way that you need it to be, then I can accommodate that, or I can choose not to accommodate it and say, yeah, that don't rock with me.
Right. And I feel like our methods of caring could look a little bit different too, because you over here talking about like, you should know when I'm ready to go, this, that, and the third. Like, you checking on me how I'm feeling, whereas a guy checking on these caring is like, babe, I need to change your brake pads this weekend. Or I need to change your oil. Like, it's a different type. It's more of like a dutiful thing. You know what I mean? We're like, we gonna see how you feeling.
This generation of women, it's hard to be a man sometimes. And I'm gonna call it straight, bro. Sometimes this generation of women,
it's hard.
Not counting Moriel, would not allow just doing manly things ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. Like one of the things that, this is kind of off topic, but one thing that I always see all the time is like, yo, what happened to men? Men used to build houses. What happened to men is the government took out trades of high schools.
Times are different.
In an attempt to handicap minority communities, but y'all don't care about none of that. Y'all keep leading the COINTELPRO.
Okay. Yeah. But and I'm with niggas, but you know, at the same time, because I think on this shit a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, like
try to self-censor a little bit, sir.
Gender, sexuality, all this stuff like that. But when I be thinking, like, you know, I feel like men have gotten softer. And truthfully, I be feeling like I'm like, y'all, yeah, I know it's hard and this and that, but that's why we was built the way we was built, so we could overcome and endure. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
drop a bomb on that.
There is like
men have become soft.
There is a part where men do need safe spaces where like we could, you know, fellowship, get camaraderie, get built up. You know what I'm saying? Places like, because I do realize you can't have all the conversations not for your girl. Like some stuff, you know, for like your friends, some stuff for your family. Like you got to compartmentalize. But at the same time. At the same time, though, Yeah, no, I just feel like generally like men need to, you know, kind of like stand back up, because I feel like a lot of times like well, I don't know, we just get into this back and forth with women, and I feel like I was talking to a woman, and she was basically like, you know, like we need to like realize that we're all going through a lot of like difficult stuff together, and it's like some stuff is difficult for women, some stuff is difficult for men, but we gotta get like more working together on the same page and stop being like so against folks.
I don't know if you, my bad, Carl.
No,
I don't know if you realize. I realized that from the moment she started this topic earlier, it fed back into the conversation we was having before everybody arrived on Colin left. That everything is about perspective. A lot of things that one person will perceive as an advantage could be a disadvantage to someone else. Like, you know, it's all about the shoes that you fill, kind of thing, and how the world that you live in. We all live. I was just having this conversation with a random quick check worker by my house. I'm like, yo, each and every person, all 6 of us here, live completely different realities. Like, we're all in our own world.
The
like,
multiverse is already happening.
Like, real talk. It really is. Like, so it's really all about your perception and what you want to make of it. Like, no matter what you actually going through, like the way you react to those things and your opinions and your emotions and everything that you actually do is what makes the most of your circumstance, no matter what those circumstances are.
Right.
I came up with 2 other things to lose me. If someone doesn't...
Before you move along, because Kai had
hold on to that topic, because we're going to need a segue in a second. But I feel like, now, I can't really speak on it.
Take us down a road.
I can't really speak on it as... Because I didn't grow up as a man from an older generation. Like, I wasn't a man's man when I was, like, 10. You know what I mean?
You're a kid.
Right. But from what I could see is that, like, I feel like now we're in a time where, like, there used to be a time, at least to my knowledge, from what I've been taught, from what I've seen, where the man's safe space was his woman. And that's where you were able to be vulnerable and talk about, like, you know, certain things like that. And now it's kind of come to a consensus of we seeking validation from other men or just other people in general outside of the relationship.
I can't.
In general.
That's always been a thing, though. Men have always tried to seek validation from other men.
And I can see
especially if we go back to Roman time.
Ego.
True.
It's a patriarchal thinking society.
Right.
Men seeking validation from other men.
Well, maybe not validation
as a
man, but like,
is the way
I
it
guess,
is now.
Let me rephrase. You're vulnerable. Your space to be vulnerable and not have to put up.
I mean, like confiding.
Yeah, you would confide in your woman. Or like
I don't think that would be
that would be your chance to be soft and not really have to filter yourself. And maybe you could.
That was an earlier conversation we had again as well, me and Marcellis, that everything is about balance. It's about equivalent exchange. It's not about pouring it all into one cup. Like you can't you need the perspectives from different people, from the men and the women. That's why when y'all was saying the time I was kind of offended when you said maybe I should make a male only chat. It's like it's certain things that we wouldn't even bring in here if this wasn't the space for it. That's why when you said that, I'm like, okay.
Damn, my boy put some bass in his voice for your ass, Moriel.
Still making out.
I got where you was coming from. Like I got where I was coming from. I wasn't like offended by it like that. It wasn't that deep.
That's not even a chat.
But it was
just a text. It's just y'all.
I know that's why we haven't done it.
No.
That's why I suggested there be a boys only one, because that one makes sense to have.
Kai, you about to get Kai? We gotta. Sorry, Kai. We gotta add another. We gotta add another woman to this to the thing. We gotta find a female producer. Don't worry.
Hello. But Quill, to answer that though, I think, and I mean, I can't fully speak for Maury.
It's not a bad idea.
I do think that at the time when we were like, oh, Quill, go somewhere with that. I think it's more so about, like you said, everything is perspective. So for us, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, hey, everybody know. I ain't gonna say what it was.
Was it?
But anyway,
I don't know.
it was a little late. I'm just winging it.
We won't get
No, I was winging the time.
All right.
But it was late, and we just like, okay. It was given more so like, all right, y'all know where I can find
No, I understand.
That's not what you were saying.
Yeah,
but that's what it
We
was
don't
given.
gotta go into the chat here. Moriel, what's 2 more ways
Other than that, the space is safe.
Although we are still set $5.99 for a month, and you know what I'm saying, boom, you in the Woah Chill group chat. So you know what I'm saying.
Here.
$5.99 a month, you in the group chat.
2 other ways to lose me is a person that doesn't listen to me. Because, indefinitely, I can't be with someone who doesn't listen to me. Like, if I'm telling you a story and I know you should know it and you, just don't listen, I need an active participant in my relationship because, I've seen, clips of, from the Ellen DeGeneres show, and they're interviewing the mom and the dad, and the mom is like knowing everything about the kids, like what time to pick them up, their favorite school lunch, their pediatrician, all this stuff. The dad didn't even know it was his kid's birthday the same day he was getting interviewed.
You said that this is a safe space to be biased. This is a completely biased opinion. I really feel that people like that are terrible people.
Right.
Real talk.
But
male or female,
male or
terrible
female,
person.
there are some partners who are absent-minded. Like, they're not present. Like, and it's really
It's one thing to not
disheartening.
have time, but to another conversation we said we was in therapy earlier. Another conversation we had earlier is that there's something that you got to give up, but there's also always something you can do. Like I was telling myself, one of the things, a bunch of the main things that I really needed to know and learn in life, like it was word of mouth, kind of like from my father. I was telling him how he was absent or whatever. I'm like, that was things that you could have just told me. It didn't cost you $1. It didn't cost you nothing. Like
it depends. You wouldn't have understood it at certain points in your life.
Understand
It don't
that.
matter if you
It doesn't
understand
matter.
it
Exactly.
then. You understand it when you need to understand it.
With
At some
my
point,
value
shit
of
clicks.
knowledge, I know, like I lived my life. You didn't live my life. Like I didn't. No offense, I didn't need you to tell me that. Like, you feel me? Like I didn't. No offense, but so I'm saying like the things that I really, really like would have needed to hear from somebody, to hear from my father, like you didn't give it to me, and it costed you nothing.
Right.
Like it costed you nothing,
And it cost him everything.
Ooh, damn. You called him everything.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Being with a partner that doesn't listen to you is just like the worst in my opinion.
Even here's people say not listening. Let's go a little deeper into not listening. If your partner says that they need something from you and you're not willing to give it to them, just tell them that.
Yeah.
If somebody is consistently saying, "Hey, I need you to do a little more of this," or let's be specific. Hey, if you have an issue, Kai, she says, "Yo, Kai, the way that you bring up issues, it really triggers me. And I need you to find a way to not hold in your problems, because as men, we hold our shit in a lot. I need you to not hold your stuff in, but I need you to just talk to me. Don't talk at me. I need you to just talk to me and let's have a conversation."
Right.
The next time you have a problem or something triggers you, you go off and say, "See, this is what it always is. I always had this problem, blah, blah, blah. You might be in the right and you might be going off.
But you're not communicating
But
effectively.
you're not communicating. It goes back to communication. You're not communicating in the way that she feels that she needed.
Right.
So if she tells you, fellas, "Yo, I need you not to do this," don't do that.
Right.
And if you try to find a different way, try to communicate and say, "Hey, okay, I have an issue and I want to try to communicate to you in this way."
Mm-hmm.
And try it.
And
If she don't respond, that's up to her now.
on the topic of communication and effective communication,
Middle grounds are important while he's sick, because that's what I was gonna add on the issue. Middle grounds are important.
But what do you mean by middle ground?
You go ahead, Kyle, because I don't mean to cut you off.
Just a quick definition of middle ground. That's it. You don't got to get into depth.
You don't have to. One person doesn't have to get what they want. Like it doesn't have to be either person one way or the other side. But like there's somewhere in between where y'all can figure it out and work off of that. It doesn't even have to stay there for that long. Like that's
actually
a middle ground.
That's actually a perfect segue into what I was about to say, because even though the relationship that I'm talking about as a whole didn't work out, I feel like the way that we tended to communicate issues amongst each other ended up working out well for us overall. Let's be real. Some people got a lot of trouble controlling the tone of their voice, and the tone of your voice can speak way more than what you're saying. So we had an agreement. I got us a notebook. I was like, look, you got a problem or you got this, that, and the third, whatever, you write whatever you want to say in this notebook, unfiltered. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Because now I'm just reading the words. I'm not listening to how you say it. I'm not listening to the inflection of your voice. I'm not looking at your face. I'm just looking at what you saying to me.
That's a terrible idea for me.
Yeah.
Sagittarius,
You know, no, literally.
we read with disrespect first.
So I do want to bring that up, and I feel like so many times people look at a relationship, like romantic relationships, different than any other relationship that you have with a friend, family. You know what I'm saying? the nature of it and the dynamic is different, but like how you manage them is similar. So I literally thought about when we had a disagreement, you know what I'm saying? And literally, like, enough wasn't getting accomplished through text, so we had to go to a phone call. Phone call wasn't doing it, so niggas had to pull up. And like, but when we were in person, we had to establish boundaries, establish ground rules. Like, hey, listen, like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, we both got in the car like on some like, yo, this is my space, and I'm gonna stay here, and I'm gonna respect that's your space. You know what I'm saying?
And both of y'all looking out the windshield.
I'm like, yo, bro, this is your island, bro. That's you. You got it, big bro.
And both of y'all looking out the windshield, not even anything. Like, look, dog.
Marcellis and Colin are hilarious because even when they fight it, they got rules for engagement. Okay, like
bro, we both pulled up.
That sounds like a successful relationship.
We pulled up. I pulled up. You know what I'm saying? I pulled up. I had my J's rolled already. Like, yo, all right, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we good, bro. We got J's. He got in the car. Yo, I got waters.
Did you eat?
Bro,
like,
we both.
Right.
I'm like,
Same time,
look,
y'all
bro,
found
it's
that
love,
common
but y'all had to
ground.
understand for it to get there, bro. It was love before it to get there, bro. It got there, like
Right.
Absolutely.
we had to remind.
But can I piggyback off of that,
Hold on,
though?
yo, I love this nigga. Like,
Absolutely.
But that's what I was about to say, to piggyback off of what Marcellis was saying. See how you said the steps y'all took to just, all right, let's meet in person, let's do this. You know what I'm saying? And then even when you met in person, it's like, okay, that's your space, that's my space. I brought this. A lot of people, when you're trying to solve something, both of you have to be dedicated to the solution.
Right.
A lot of people are just dedicated to getting their point across.
Right.
People just want to be heard. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I showed up to the conversation to make sure that you understand what I was trying to tell you, but not to actually solve anything.
And
you guys showed up for solution.
That's perfect to like piggyback off to what I was trying to say. And Cellis, you said the key word right there. The key word right there is, or the key terms, rules of engagement. We found that middle ground between us where it was like both of us had tone issues. Like when we was talking, it was like, and all of us, if someone said something a certain
passionate,
way,
so we get too excited.
Yeah, exactly. The way for us to remove all of that was to just write it down. And I was like, look, and a lot of times when you take time to write something, you might get halfway through writing that first paragraph and you're like, damn, hold up,
I'm not reading an essay, bro. Don't write me an essay.
That's what worked for them.
But let me finish.
But you know what?
Wait. How big was the notebook?
It was like this. It was a small
Like a
notebook.
composition notebook or like a notepad?
She giving
Let
bars.
me tell you something. And tell it may not apply.
Staples.
It might not apply for everybody. It may not apply for you. But tell me if I'm lying, Colin. When your ass in love, you gonna read that book.
No.
Sorry,
I mean, I can't speak for you.
Because
You do some darn
if I read comments on Instagram or something like that on social media, I read them from a negative voice. That's just me. Like that's my own.
Right.
That's my own personal thing. So if I see a whole paragraph, first thing I'm thinking is, oh, you trying to unload on me. You really trying to like make me feel your pain, and I'm not going down this road.
But here's the
like,
thing,
nah.
and it kind of like
that sound like
I don't read like if somebody texts me like a paragraph, I'm not reading the paragraph. He'd be like, "Yo, you really didn't read it?" I'd be like, "No," because I didn't want to get hurt. I didn't want to get hurt and overreact based on what I read in that shit.
Okay.
If you unload on me all at once, it's gonna overwhelm me. And I'm gonna start getting defensive.
And
So
I don't mean
well,
to
that
throw
works for you because you know yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I don't mean to throw shots, but it kind of goes back to Beaker's main point. It's like I'm trying to talk about something that worked for us, and you immediately talk about how this don't work for you.
Objection, relevance.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that. but that's exactly the point that we're hitting on. It don't work for you. It's not going to work for everybody. But the point is, we found that middle ground. It's like, look, regardless of the way it's said or anything, we found out there's like, look, somehow, some way, we got to get this shit out. Yeah. And she told me she's not good at talking in general. So like even if you talking face to face, we just those type of people where like I got ADHD a little bit. It's like, oh, and another thing, this, that, and the third. Like now we in this room.
Guys,
it allows you to stay on top.
I think
of
we
it.
missed speed dating.
Right.
Oh, never mind.
Go ahead. That was
But no,
the thing I heard one.
that is such a powerful solution that I never actually thought about for people who can't really communicate well. Because when you think about it, right, when you read something, you proofread what you read, right? So you read it back as you continue to write.
Right.
So like sometimes you gotta hear yourself say something in second person, because when you're speaking, you don't realize you're wild.
When that shit flow
like,
out
you know
your
what I'm
mouth,
saying?
yeah.
Like you ever reread something you said and was like, damn, I could have said that different.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I say sometimes you get halfway through that first. Sometimes I would find myself writing in that book, and I would get halfway through the first paragraph, and I'm like, damn.
That's right, damn. That
I'm
sounds
wrong.
a little
Well, you could
do it, Mario.
And you know what?
Gotcha.
Nah, come out. You know what? You just remind me of too, because it reminded me when I was younger and we used to be writing letters and shit. Like, I don't know if y'all ever was writing letters. You know what I'm saying? But like, I wrote a letter or two. You know what I'm saying? Had a little pen pal here and there. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
because my aunt made us write letters like. Or made us like write like about why we was mad and like then you just realize like halfway through be like, damn, I'm stupid.
It's the same reason. It's almost the same reason why they say that.
She wasn't lying.
It's almost the same reason why they say writing is a better way to take notes than typing it out, because there's that brain muscle connection that like you have to do more than one thing to put that shit.
Now
on
he's
the
a
page.
philosophizer.
It's something about hearing yourself in second person that really is.
Because then you read that shit back and you're like,
Imagine if you
got bars.
So
It
everybody, I
forces
think
you
now,
to
so
reflect.
all of us should really should invest in some security cameras in our relationship. Not to be nasty, but for you to see how you actually act and for you to watch it back.
no.
Right.
Like,
I don't
you
know
ever
if
thought
Paranormal
about, like,
Activity.
if you went onto a reality show, you ever think like some of the people who are like the antagonists in all the reality shows, like, yo, how do they think about this when they watch it back?
That's a fact.
right. And that's
Clearly,
why-
if you're New York, if you're
They
Tiffany
probably
New
don't
York
watch it.
Pollard, you loving every minute of it, and you're gonna do it again and again and again. But
Love you, Tiffany.
But here's the
As
thing
well.
too. It's like it's the same. It's almost the same reason why dancers practice in front of a mirror, because you could be feeling the beat and you be like, oh damn, I'm killing it.
Like what you're doing doesn't always
And then you see
translate.
yourself in the mirror. It's like, yo, this shit feel right, but I do not look right.
Basketball
now.
works the same way as well.
But you know,
dribbling in front of a mirror,
Shooting as well.
is one of the
Professional.
craziest things. One of the craziest tricks that somebody ever told me. But
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get into
You
that.
got to be
That
able to see
sounds hard.
yourself.
shoot,
No,
like,
it's actually easier than you
dribbling
think.
and
It becomes more natural.
Yeah,
like,
like,
gives
you're
you
watching
more
yourself
control.
dribble, and you're like,
it.
now you can literally see
The
the
parts,
mistakes, like,
the
this
parts
is
where
why
you miss it, where you miss
this
the
is
ball,
why,
you're not
like,
actually
I mean,
missing the ball. So now you're so
You
much
see
more
what your
confident.
opponent sees.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
that too. Like now my
Yeah.
opponent can catch up on my rhythm. I'm a 1-2 and then go type of
Right.
dribbler. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like
about-
everybody in basketball has a rhythm if you're a defender, if you like that. You know what I'm saying? You catch niggas rhythm like, oh, so he dribbled 3 times and then he go. He
That's
dribbled
why I
once
used to
and then
play
he go.
with
Like he
you.
dribbled.
Pause.
but nah.
Lord, when I had my lateral movement, nigga. Swipe. Charlie too, but Charlie was like,
But yeah,
Defensive
like
nightmare.
Maury said, like you
Long
said,
ass
not being
arms.
That was
heard.
he always used to want to guard me.
scratch his knee standing up, literally.
For me, it's kind of the same thing.
Nigga, arms long as shit.
I'm
Oh.
talking about basketball.
Fingers too.
Go ahead,
Right.
go ahead, go ahead.
My fault, though.
Yeah, no, you're good. Like Maury said, not being heard all kind of falls into the same basket. But like, I feel like when you don't, so like, I'm the type of person. If somebody tells me something about themselves, I make an effort to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I pay very keen attention and I put out very intentional effort. The effort might not always be good, but it's gonna be based on what you.
What is your intentional effort? Give me an example, because we say a lot of things here, but let's give some concrete
As long as things are
examples here.
genuine, that's
What
okay
would be
too,
what
though.
does an intentional effort from Bika look like?
Intentional effort. Okay. If I don't know, you have a okay, you work in the cold. And
Well,
It always gotta be something that they bought for us.
okay. So you want
Damn.
it was gonna be made. But okay, I guess you still purchased the ingredients. Okay.
all right.
Intentional effort. You work very early mornings. Say your day starts at 5:30 in the morning.
She cooked for you again.
No.
Let him finish. You know what I'm saying?
Let her cook. Let her
You know what I'm
cook.
saying?
Let her cook.
What's wrong with you? A hater.
I
That's a hater, okay? No.
am. Charlamagne told me that.
I'm screaming.
Let her cook.
oop.
Literally.
Fact check that one, huh?
No. Please don't fact check. Lord knows it's gonna come from it.
Judging based off of Bika body language, she's trying to get this shit out.
No, I'm good.
Uh-huh.
I don't like the way y'all
So he
frying me right now.
work at 5 a.m.
She started
No,
looking
I'm
at the
saying,
ceiling.
like, he works at 5 a.m. Intentional effort would be making time to talk. Make sure I'm available earlier to talk to you so that we're not reaching into late hours where you can't sleep or whatever situation may be, so on and so forth. I would do something like, I'm the type of, I know you... Haters! Like, I cannot.
I work at 5 a.m. I just want to play Xbox and go to sleep. Shut the fuck Come and leave me alone.
See, then if you do, then if you don't. All right.
Get out of my face.
Okay.
I work at 5 a.m.
What did Patrice O'Neal
He
say?
said,
He's like,
I don't even speak out loud till after 9 a.m.
She said, I'm about to sign on, play Xbox with you. Like,
Look, it sounds crazy.
Niggas
But
ain't
that's
shit.
the shit I be talking about, bro.
Niggas ain't shit.
People that lack a Y chromosome, bro. I don't care about that.
Okay. Anyway,
jump him.
Colin, if you ain't shit, just say you ain't shit. Just say you ain't shit, Colin. That's it.
I'm crying.
What Patrice O'Neal say?
Yo.
We want y'all around. Just
Y'all
not in my
really,
space.
it's exactly. I want you in the room. Don't talk to me.
We
bro.
want you.
Let's
I
just
don't know,
match.
on the roof.
I mean, that's some people.
Yeah,
You know what
that's
I'm
what I was
saying?
about to
If
get
I
back
work at 5
a.m.,
a.m., get your little series that you be watching, possibly your headphones if you want to be in the exact same room as me. You know what I'm saying? Or we figure out a way where you got the big TV, I got the little TV. We in the same. I got my headphones. We in the same space doing whatever. We smoking, passing the J, just macking, chilling. Yo, if I work at 5 a.m., I might not want to talk.
All right.
But that's one
5
of
to
the
what? 5 to what? Did I
that's
get
one
to
of
take a
the
nap?
simplest ways.
Did I get to take a nap before you came home from work?
That's one of the simplest
know,
ways
did you?
to lose a partner that we.
If I got to
overlook,
take a nap, let's talk.
Picking the wrong partner. Because that y'all just wouldn't match if y'all did. You feel me? Like that's not the right
Y'all are
dynamic.
not
That's
compatible.
yeah, for real.
Some
That's
people are more focused on
You gotta put
the
antennas on the
chemistry
vibe.
than
You gotta
their
feel it out.
compatibility.
Yeah.
Like they're letting their feelings.
Can I
for
tell
each
you
other
something, though?
overshadow their bigger problems.
That's something that I'm really trying to learn, like in dating. Like, okay, I've always had a thing for people that was opposite of me. Because like I always say I'm enough for me for both of us.
That's yin and
like, you
yang.
get what I'm saying?
That's yin and
So like
yang.
I always had a thing for people who are opposite of me. But then also I've tried dating people who are like me, and then that shit also goes up in flames as well. And I'm trying to figure out like what part of balance I'll be missing. Like I don't know, I'm missing the balance
There's
somewhere.
a common denominator, but
That goes back to the non-negotiables. You gotta find somebody who's like you just enough.
I was gonna let it slide. See, but now you laugh. Now I'm about to fuck his ass. Now I'm about to fuck his ass. I was gonna let it rock. I was gonna let it.
Oh, this was a safe space, bro. Safe space.
Fuck you. Fuck Bob D. Bad boy.
Yo, clothes, yo, shoes.
Bad boy and Poland establishment entertainment group and label.
I'm screaming.
Nah, alright. Quill, kiss my ass. No, okay, wait. But alright, next segue. That's no, but I'm glad you said that though, Quill. I'm glad you said that.
We got a segue.
I'm not gonna lie.
Laughing. We all the people who's laughing is all single.
Let me tell you.
It's not like it's not.
No.
Like
All jokes aside, though.
the person who's living well, bunned up, going home to her man is been real quiet.
Real quiet.
Why you looking like that?
Because that's how she keeps her household in
All
check.
jokes aside, though, I'm kind of. I mean, you ain't. But I'm glad you
Podcast
said that,
has
though,
done so
Quill.
many of my relationships.
Because I've learned within the last year and a half, 2 years, right? I've taken accountability on something that I'm proud of, right? And I'm still like, I've been doing well. I'm working on it, which is I've not the Avant. I've spoken on this.
You woke me up.
I've spoken on this on the podcast before.
Go ahead.
And it's taking accountability for the fact that I'm very hypocritical in relationships.
Ooh, that would get under my
That
skin.
is something
dog.
that
You've been
definitely.
vocal about that.
I've been vocal about
You've
that.
been vocal about that.
Very hypocritical in relationships. And I have this thing where I feel my intentions are always better than the next person's. Right? So I could do something and I know where I'm doing it from. But then when you do it, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But something that I had to learn in relationships is that you teach people how to treat you, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm putting out something, eventually I'm teaching that person to give that right back to me. You get what I'm saying? So that's something that I've been working on for like 2 years. We get in there.
You really reflect your partner.
Word.
And the longer you're with them, like, I feel like the more impact certain things have. You know, so it like you learn a lot about yourself in relationships because they're often putting you in situations where you have to take a hard look at yourself. Like, how did we get here? Why is this person reacting this way to me? Why do I react this way to them? You know,
I think being in a relationship isn't about as much finding the right person as it is being the right person. And learning because it's like you said, being in a relationship with the right person forces you to take a hard look at yourself. Because you might have been, I've been in a bunch of relationships where my partner has been an enabler to myself, and neither of us was getting better. We was just enabling each other to do the same thing, and we was just cool with it. We was cozy.
Yeah, that's a great point, because you could find exactly what you want or exactly what you need and not even recognize it. And at the same time, you could also be in that situation and not be the version of you that will make that situation successful. Like, so it's a kind of doomed to fail kind of thing, even though you found exactly what you're looking for.
Right.
Like,
sometimes what you're looking for is what you want, not what you need.
Marcellis, you were about to jump in after I said that.
No, you know what? I lost my train of thought because I'm like, oh, you said some good stuff. I'm like, oh, she said some good stuff too. I'm like, all right, there's some good stuff going on. Y'all said some good shit. This nigga just chimed in. I'm like, oh, they got to before me. Shit.
that's why we do so much apologizing for stepping on each other.
We didn't even mention Marcellis as a. Well, yeah, you don't really count as a guest.
Yeah.
Marcellis don't got exes.
Yeah.
That's all we need to know. They all still together.
Yeah, one of the best quotes of 2023, man.
You was a nominee for that. You was a nominee for one of the best quotes.
I don't got no exes. We all still together.
I can neither confirm or deny that.
I'm starting my mixtape with that.
It's a new year. Like, you know what I'm saying? New year, new me.
Don't lie. We lying all 2024. I forgot.
all 2024.
All 2024.
Smooth in 2025.
Cat Williams said he was going to give up a bunch of people who came on in there telling like, and all he did was half the shit he was lying.
He started the trend. Yo, you know how they be doing them calendars?
$3,000 a year.
They said January already full. Can't no more shit happen in January. Too much shit already happened.
No, bro. They going off. Because that led to Stephen A. Smith being like, oh, snap, bro. I brought Shannon in. I can't let him one-up me. And now Stephen A. Smith try to one-up Shannon. Going off about Jason Whitlock. 45 minutes to about, it was like a 58-minute episode of him pretty much for a good 45 to 48 minutes of him just giving Jason Whitlock the business, boy.
That feeds into the whole fucking Steve Harvey and what you call it, and the what the fuck is it? Why am I missing the name of the show? We just said it like 10,000
Close
times.
to your shit.
Hanging Mr. Cooper.
Hanging Mr. Cooper shit. Like, he seen that shit was successful for Club Shay Shay, got them some views, and Stephen A. just did the same thing. Like, that is literally what you just said.
You stop saying the F word.
My fault.
Jeez.
Oh, we can't do that?
Nah, it's because he stopped and started.
It's not even that, bro. At this point, it'd just be for me to have to not do as much work. We've been cussing this whole second half, so it don't really matter.
Do your shoes got pockets?
You know what? I'm not sure what them is.
They come with a pouch.
Yeah,
Yo, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
It's perfect size for it. Yeah, I mean, for enough weed for just
that's an eighth right there.
Dudes love pockets, man. We put pockets on shoes now.
Being that there's a pocket on that shit, I wonder if they would patch
what the hell do I need pockets
Function
for?
over fashion. Function over fashion.
Yo, shit.
All right, do we have anything else on ways to common ways or commonly accepted ways to lose your
I don't know if it's been said already, but not addressing childhood traumas.
Yeah. That's where a lot of this shit stems from, if we being real.
This is all childhood trauma.
Your word.
That's why we have a podcast.
That goes back into saying
only people with childhood traumas start podcasts.
I didn't feel like anyone listened to me, so I grabbed a microphone.
I went unheard. You know, there's mad people that went to high school with me, but like, bro, I ain't never cared what this nigga had to say for real, bro. So I'm not gonna care now.
right. But that, you know,
shout out to the people from high school that do support me. I love y'all.
I'm screaming.
I love y'all.
Day one.
And if you don't,
but that goes back into finding the middle
Go
ground.
down to Harlem. Tell them that I sent you.
Because you might have somebody who's not really vocal about saying the words "I love you." You know what I'm saying? Their parents never really hugged them. Their parents was just dutiful. They wasn't really intimate. You know what I mean? They just made sure it's like, I got a roof over you. It's like that scene in Fences?
It's like I got to put an iron to your face just for you to, I love you.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy?
It's like Fences, because he was like, you got a roof over your head? Dad, do you like me? You got a roof over your head? You got clothes on your back? You got food in your stomach? It's because I like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different type of love.
It's not because I like you.
So I think, especially what I've been learning, like, especially because you being vulnerable and talking about like you, like your growth or progress in the last 2 years, you know what I'm saying? So I guess what I've been understanding is like honesty, you know what I'm saying? Because like sometimes it's hard to be honest, and it's hard to have difficult conversations, and a lot of that come from, you know, how we're like raised, like the examples we see growing up, X, Y, Z, a lot of those things. I'm saying, so I'm seeing like that, like it really is hard to be honest. But I'm like,
it's hard to receive honesty too.
If you're gonna hurt
That's
somebody's
what I
feelings
was
anyway,
about to
you know what I'm saying?
kinda
I feel like at least you're gonna give them like a real option to, you know what I'm saying, like react to something true versus like if we fake, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like it's just I feel like that's how relationships get messy when it's like it just becomes a spiral of like just reaction. How did it even start? You know what I'm saying? So
And when too many lies are told, it makes the person that receiving the mistruth to like not be able to tell or not be able to differentiate what has been real and what hasn't been. Because if the lies are so frequent, it's like, well, when were you telling the truth? Like it makes it makes the other person very unsure of like over the course of the time that you've been together. Well, I know what was happening for me, but like if this person isn't honest with me, like were we really having a good time? Like, you know,
Right.
Were they really smiling or are they faking it? Like it just makes you really insecure.
That's a dark side of the world because as someone who like tries to pride himself on telling people the truth, I'm very aware of the fact that if I lie to somebody one time, it'll shatter an entire reality. Like it really would. No matter how many, like if I told the truth 900,000 times, like now you can literally like because you have this solid proof this one time, like nitpick every single one. And you're justified. It's vibe, you know, you feel me? That's exactly why it's a rabbit hole that I don't go down. Like I try not to lie to anybody.
Right.
Like besides jobs, these companies.
Right. It doesn't count on the resume.
But that's I feel like the last thing like that really just I guess grinds me, like how to lose me is again, it's not gonna be for everybody. But my thing is you can't come into the relationship with that mindset of oh, what you bring to the table? I'm the whole table, this, that, and third. Like, if you ask me...
The whole table.
Listen, that's why we can't work out. That's fine. But for me, it's like, your relationship is... It's supposed to be where you nurture and feed into somebody else. Y'all supposed to feed into each other mutually, and that requires a lot of being humble. I'm not going, like... I'll worship the ground you walk on, but that's also if you're feeding me and you helping me be the person who I need to be as well.
More favorite word, duality.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be like, I'm perfect and there's not shit I got to work on. Because regardless of if you a good person in general, in this particular relationship, if we're going to be this intimate and we're going to go through X, Y, Z together, we got to be humble enough to know that, like, hey, if we're going to go through this, you know how to go through this yourself. How do we go through this together? Because now we a unit. Now we one. We together. If we got to make a decision on where we going to move, how we want to set up the house, this, that, and the third.
Can I don't mean to cut you off,
No,
but I mean, I
go
do
ahead.
still feel like even though, you know, folks are like coupling up and becoming a unit, y'all still individual people. So for
Right.
me, especially like when I'm dating or I'm getting into something, I'm like, yo, I'm busy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, one thing you got to understand is like, I'm be moving around, be doing this and that. I'll answer texts when I can. And when I do have time, I'm going to make sure to make the most of it. So you know what I'm saying? Everything
When you
is sweet.
can.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Marcellis, I'm glad we just
This is
what I'm
CEO
trying
and founder right here.
But that's
what we trying to say.
really
Nah, that's how it be.
I have that.
I ain't mature enough yet, though.
I struggle through that same issue with look, she seen her earlier today, whole head turned around, damn near. Driving down the street, FaceTime, see my ass. Now her head looking in reverse and stuff. Why? Because I got things to do. I might not be able to talk to you or get to your messages on a day like today.
Right.
I gotta get all of this stuff ready for the pod and like you don't know how much it takes into getting ready for one day of shooting a podcast until you got to sit here and do it. Remember when I went around and like
all of that shit is cool.
Y'all like,
when you a busy
how
nigga
the
that
hell
got
you
something to
do
show
all this
for.
shit?
Right.
There be niggas out here fake busy and don't know you gonna see
and
that.
That is
Tommy's
that we can get into it itself.
I see where you're busy going. I see where you're busy going. Niggas be fake busy out here.
Busy all day. No,
I hate a
nothing
fake
to
busy
do, bro.
nigga. Like, what's the outcome?
What do y'all niggas be really doing,
What
bro?
is this mixtape
I need to
dropping?
roll with a
They be
nigga
playing
like
2K.
that, bro.
They be breathing in and
I
out.
haven't been
I'm
like
converting a lot
that
of
since we was
oxygen to
like
carbon.
14, 15. Like when you like 13 and like somebody, one of your friends got a car. So now y'all just on moves all day, but y'all really not doing it.
Right.
What does that look
first
like
car-
in your 30s, bro? Or in
Right.
your late 20s, bro? Like,
But again, that kind of goes back to what I was saying. Is like, at least for me in my environment, like, you can be the shit outside of here, but when it comes to a relationship, you gotta leave your ego at the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like, if I'm a
That's
supervisor,
everything.
Yeah, like,
be the shit in your world, but
but you gotta realize it's like
you in somebody else's world or in a communal world.
It's
you
like
gotta,
what Dave Chappelle said in his most recent dream. It's like, you gotta be humble enough to recognize when you in somebody else's dream, and when you a unit like that, y'all are in each other's space. Y'all gotta You gotta be humble enough to know. It's like, if you the boss all day outside, you gotta come home, and you come home to your man, and your man do everything that you need for him to do. You gotta learn how to make him feel like he's doing everything you need for him to do. Leave that ego or the boss outside. You know what I mean?
Even if you are, like, kind of thing.
It's about positive reinforcement.
Yeah. He's right, yo. I'm sorry, bro. If you don't have a way as a woman to make your man feel like he's the man. And amen, and I talked about that earlier with this generation. A lot of women in this generation, bro, you can, as a man, bro, I can honestly, as a man, I can feel, and there are some times where I haven't felt like a grown ass adult, like a real man to myself, and that has affected my relationship. But there are also been times where I've been where I'm like, yo, I'm on my bully right now. I'm really holding it, and you talking to me like I ain't nothing. Like, nah, we not gonna do that.
That's
I need you to, if you're, it's not even just how you're gonna talk to me. I like pats on the back. Damn any other nigga. Me personally, if I'm on my bully, I like the people on my circle to be like, yo, bro.
Good shit.
Mm-hmm. And that's just it. My bad.
I think as men, we're fueled off of our accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? So that encouragement is like vital to kind of like let us know that we're going in the right direction. At the same time, though, I feel like I strive to be.
I see you stood up, nigga. Sit your ass back down. Go ahead, Sally.
I feel like I just having this conversation with somebody where it's like, when you talk about the boss shit, like, I feel like I'm striving to my best to be a strong man. So it's like, I feel like I'm looking for a strong woman, and I know it can be intimidating and it can be a little like you know what I'm saying. But then I gotta check myself and manage my own like insecurity or anything like that, because the last thing I want is, in a world that is like, you know, that marginalizes women, the last thing I want is for my girl to feel like she gotta shrink herself. You know what I'm saying? Because like, to your point, what we're saying is like, respect is vital. Like, there's not respect, then it's like it can't work. But at the same time, like, ain't nothing you could do to make me feel like, you know, lesser myself. You know what I'm saying? But she can do other things like undermine you, demean you, stuff like that, and that's a whole different.
But
you know?
I feel like that's a part of being in a humble relationship, though, is that like I understand what you're saying, but like, I feel like if you in a good relationship, it shouldn't feel like you belittling yourself. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, if he's not doing shit for you or whatever, like, that's one thing. But if you in a relationship with a man and it's a good relationship and you feeding into him, you are the most important thing in the world to that man. You are the pinnacle of his existence. You are what gets him through most of those work days when he's out there moving bricks. Like, I mean, actual bricks, like a mason. Like,
he's like, not to be confused with white bricks.
If that man wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, come home to make sure that you still got like that, he's doing his part to like, that is the most important.
He works
thing
in construction.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
He
like,
does. I'm not joking.
Hold on.
I mean, like, literal
where were you about
bricks.
to
Let
go?
him continue though.
No, yeah.
Well, I was gonna piggyback
bricks.
off of both of y'all points and say, I was gonna piggyback off of both of y'all points and say that I definitely just.
I know he be forgetting shit. That's why I paused because he be forgetting hell shit. But I was about to say, no. One hard truth that I've learned about men, and I learned this from a man, is that a man who you cannot please a man who is not pleased with himself. Like, y'all entire life
Let that bomb drop.
consists under y'all ego. And when I say that, and generally, and it's okay. Generally, and when I say not pleased with himself, whether it's work, whether it's what he's accomplished in life, what he's doing, where he's heading, know where he's going, whatever, a man who is not content with himself, you can't do shit for that.
Right.
And as soon as you try to help him and build him up and believe in him, he gonna leave your ass.
But that's the thing.
I just remember, my bad.
Go ahead,
I just remember what I was gonna say. To piggyback off of your point, is that statement was a lot more powerful than the actual reality of it. Like, it seemed like it could have been this grand gesture that you was talking about.
Which statement?
When you said like you need credit, not the you need credit, the shit that just started this conversation.
Like needing like a pat on the back.
The pat on the back. Not before the pat on the back. The pat on the back was your
give me
adult.
credit. I did say give me credit.
Yeah, okay. When you were talking about
Ty Dolla $ign said that. Give a nigga credit where credit's due.
You need your woman to make you feel like a man. That was the original statement.
Yeah.
That's a lot in reality, it can be a lot. In reality, it could be a lot smaller than what people think it is. Like there was this one. It was a video I had seen of this old lady. She was like, she was married for like 70 years or some shit. She was like, the only thing she ever did to make her husband feel like a man, she was like, yo, I don't know what you go through when you leave out the door to go to work and all this other stuff, but she was like, every single night, no matter what, whether he ate it or not, I will cook this man his meal, I would take out his plate, I would serve it to him, to let you just know, like, yo, there's somebody here every single day that cares about you.
Right.
Like, you know, somebody that will always take some time out, no matter how little it is, no matter what. And you discredited the cooking thing earlier, and I'm like, yo, it's a to each his own thing. Like, you feel me?
You right.
But that's facts though.
I'm sorry, Beaker.
And that's honestly
And
perfect
that's
to
on Miss
what I
Netta.
was
No,
going
I'm
to
just
say.
kidding.
Hey, but listen, if y'all know me,
I'm sorry, real quick, because John asked a question. He asked,
yeah, like how does somebody make you feel like a man? I feel like everything I'm talking about was humane.
to make somebody to make somebody feel like a man, or to make somebody feel like the society, whatever,
It's about being
patriarchal
seen.
man, I guess
That
is
part.
yes, it's about being
seen.
seen. It's about being acknowledged. But it's not even just that. Like, yo,
Outside
if
of
I
our
want
home,
to
nobody
open
give a
your
fuck.
door, if I want to open your door before we get in the car, and you know I want to go open your door, and you go and open the door, yo, you might be messing. That might be some shit that mess with me, like, yo, and it might be funny or whatever. But yo, sometimes, yo, let your man be a man, yo. If you want to be a gentleman, sometimes, yo, and it's crazy how they be like, yo, such and such men don't be gentlemen. Sometimes, a lot of times, y'all don't allow men to be gentlemen in the first place, and when they do try, y'all think he's up to something.
Right.
Y'all won't even allow
But
us to be like that.
You know
Sometimes.
what?
Let me just-
Sometimes.
You know what?
Sometimes.
Just the humane thing. I'm gonna stand on that. We're humans. We're humans.
'Cause, like-
so I get what Ty's saying, but you get words like what you speak is what you give life to. So if we used to saying the same shit, even if it's wrong, it's gonna be paraded as right. So people today are saying right is wrong and wrong is right. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Wrong is wrong and right is right. I don't care what it look like, who's saying it, who's smacking it, rubbing it down. I don't give a goddamn. And so the first and the last point is humanity. I don't care if I'm married to a woman. I don't care if I'm married to a man. I don't care nothing about no broom, no ring. That I'm defining what that is. Because somebody asked me what it would look like for me to get married, and mine is what I say. You know, so it's humane. It's humane. So, you know, showing up, you are expressing, Colin, that how you want somebody to show up for you. Yeah. Now, yes, you are a heterosexual man, so you want your woman to show up for you in that way. Now, that's specific to y'all. But as for, you know, general knowledge, it's humanity. I like encouragement. I like reassurance. I like showing up for my people. I like being like so for me, I support. I ain't got the words. So like if you're like, oh shit, my energy's dying. I mean, I'm just gonna start crying with you, you know, and I'm gonna help you play in the friend with. I don't know what to say, but you know, and again, that's me getting space to show up for somebody.
John, my granny died. I need you to get a benediction.
I preach out saying I do what I gotta do. I'm not just
This nigga's great.
I just can't
Give him
like,
another bomb.
But I'm just saying, like, it's humanity. Like the brother in the past shirt, it's humanity.
Yeah.
You know, we
But-
humans. We are humans.
To piggyback off of what you're saying, though, John, it kind of goes back to what you said earlier, choosing the right partner.
Brother in the plaid shirt.
Amen.
Brother in the plaid shirt. It goes back to choosing the right partner, because the reality of the situation is this, right? No matter how you twist it or turn it, a lot of people don't get to know each other well enough. You have to get to know a person in every season. And sometimes winter don't come to 5 years later,
40 years later.
Right.
Yeah, like sometimes that
40
shit
years.
takes time.
Hell
But
yeah.
until you've seen a
He
person,
thinking that oh my God, he's supposed to pick up if I put my head down. Fam, there's a woman and there's a whole family, a woman and her kids who did not know that her husband and their father was a serial killer holding hostages in their basement for 20 years.
Nigga stealth.
That's kind of wild. But
You talking about your head nod.
Yo, I
but
mean,
no,
There's some more massive things people don't notice.
Skeletons
you
in the
really
closet.
have to get
Literally.
to
It's in the closet. I'm sorry. I should.
in every season.
Kelly, is that you?
Y'all because Colin, going back to what you said, right? Y'all are assholes.
that was
back
wild.
to what Colin said.
Quote of 2024.
Look, man, we gotta get our edge back, man. It's like what's we got multiple cameras, lighting and shit. Niggas got crazy PC, bro.
let them cook.
When we was drunk and just like drunk, high, when there was no cameras except for like just like Instagram Live, yo, we was giving it up.
It was bad.
Yeah.
We still can.
But you want what you want when you want it, Colin. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The season for that really matters because there are times where you're going to need that pat on the back. And then there's times where y'all don't be giving a fuck about that shit. I don't care what you say, Colin. Yeah. I've been the girl that showed up like... And then there were days where that clap ain't get shit, and then there were days where it was appreciated.
You're speaking of what I need for other people. That's
no.
People.
Like John said, humanity.
No,
but I'm saying
no. He said
different...
He said He said that's a human thing, and what I was speaking to was what I need. So that's what I need. Some other people might not care about that pat in the back. Me, on the inside, I'm gonna be crying like a bitch.
Okay. She was supporting me. Let me ask you a question instead of making a statement to you. Yeah. Is that pat on the back to you important in all seasons?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't argue that with you.
Kai?
I was gonna say, if you know me, like this kind of encapsulates everything we're saying, and it's a bit of a wild statement, but if you know me, I'm gonna quote some music, and there's a Frank Ocean line that almost sums this up perfectly. Homie said on Pyramids, he was like, the way you say my name makes me feel like I'm that dude when I'm still unemployed. Like that, your ability to feed your partner's
That's not
ego.
What he said, but
you know what I'm saying?
I'm that nigga.
When I'm still unemployed.
But no.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, your ability to feed your partner's ego and be able to lift them up no matter what they're going through on a personal level is unmatched.
But like I said, just make sure that what it is, be very careful with what you ask the person for.
She was lying to Frank. She told him it was big, but she took it. Right,
cowgirl.
Be careful what you ask a person for, because I just feel like there's nothing more like disappointing than a person telling you exactly what they want and then you give it to them and they don't even want that shit. And that shit happens a lot. Not all the time,
that's
but like
where communication
seasons, like
in the front gotta come through and
know your non-negotiables.
Well, us prices like to be ambiguous because you ain't gonna have me spill my beans just so you can fit the mold that I wanted you to fit, and then I found out that you was.
Can't nobody hear you? You don't have a mic, Marcellis.
He still dropping facts. So, you know what I really think of? I think of like how confusing a lot of this stuff is, and how like so many people try, and some people appear to get it right, some people don't. But at the end of the day, I think what we're talking about, when you think about love, emotion, stuff like that, you can't measure them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what is the measure of your love? You know what I'm saying? I think
how far you willing to go?
How deep
how
is
much
your love?
you willing to do?
You know what I'm saying? So how are you going to demonstrate, you know what I'm saying? So this person understands and knows beyond a reasonable doubt, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, you're going to ride for them through thick and thin, all seasons, you know what I'm saying? All those different things, you know what I'm saying? So that, to me, that's what it comes to. So when I'm with somebody, it's about making sure you make good use of that time so that, you know, X, Y, Z, you know what I'm saying?
Moria, anything to close out with? Moria ready to go. I'm also ready to go. Guys, this was a great episode, and I'm sure we can argue for this for another 2 hours. But it looks like the DJ just finished eating dinner, and he's back to rocking. So
word.
At this point, we appreciate y'all stopping by. First time of the year. Woah Chill Wednesday. Kai, you don't got to move this shit and give me no daggone thing. We only got one camera. So as long as I'm in the frame, it's cool, bro. It's all right, bro. Woah Chill Wednesday 2024. New space appear in the sky. We appreciate you, and we'll see y'all later, bro. About to go get drunk.
Yeah. Deuces.
Woah Chill Wednesday.